She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another day and she solving another case, cause she litigate with dignity and grace. She the queen, yeah, that's Queen Esquire. Legal trouble, she getting you out the fire. Another day and she solving another case, cause she litigate with dignity and grace.
Period. 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 Yeah. Hello, litigators and opinionators. Court is now in session. Okay, guys, so we have been talking about the Carmelo tragedy, the Carmelo and Austin Metcalf tragedy that has occurred with the stabbing, and things are transpiring really quickly. So in this tragedy, we talked about that there was supposed to be a Protect Whytes protest that was supposed to occur today in Texas, in Frisco. Well, that protest happened, you guys, and it was a hot mess. But just in case people are not familiar with this story, let me just give a brief summary before we get into the updates that happened today, because it was a hot mess today. So basically, on the screen, you can see there's two twins. These two twins, very intelligent twins. One of them, Austin, he is a 4.0 student and a track star and football star. He was a very accomplished kid. However, during a track meet a few weeks ago, he basically approached another kid who did not go to their school during a track meet named Carmelo. Carmelo is also a track star and a football star. He's the captain of his teams, sports teams. He's a 3.7 student. He also has a great record of being somewhat of a hero in the community because he saved a drowning kid and had been featured in newspapers because of it. Well, during this track meet, Carmelo goes under the tent that was for the other team. The twins approach them. Austin tells him to move. Austin refuses to, Carmelo tells him to make him move. And then basically Austin pushes him, picks up his backpack, and Carmelo stabs him. So that's the whole story, what's going on. The kid's now on bail for $250,000, which is Carmelo. They had a press conference, but today was supposed to be a protest, okay? And there are some racist individuals in Texas who have been, harassing the Carmelo family. They have been trying to utilize the death of Austin to kickstart this campaign against Black communities. And their protest that they did today was called Protect White People Protest. And they tried to basically use Austin's tragedy as a way to push their racist agenda. And so they called up Jeff McAuliffe. And Jeff McAuliffe was not having it. He basically went off on them. He told the man, you're part of the problem. We're not, you're trying to spew this racist mess. Get my kid's picture off of your freaking website. And can you guys believe it? These white protesters and even a Black protester was starting to mock this mourning father who's losing his kid, who lost his kid, basically telling him that he has white guilt. That's what he told him. It's called white guilt. I was like, are you kidding me? So we're about to play that video today, guys. It's a hot mess. Let's watch this video, and then I want to sit and talk to you guys in the chat to see what you guys think about this hot mess. So we are going to put up that video. It's kind of, you can't really hear the volume too loud, so you're going to have to really listen in closely. So let's get into the video.
With that, maybe you can. in this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
I'm not trying to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem. You've been submitted.
Hold on, hey, Jeff.
You've been submitted.
I'll handle it from here.
You've been submitted, sir.
You're not gonna make
We're going to play that again, guys, because I know you probably didn't hear everything, but first of all, that was sick. That was sick. These sick, demented, callous individuals, they don't care anything about the death of Austin. All they care about is to push their racist rhetoric. And then we got a black man that's in on it talking about, you're weak, sir. You're weak. Boy, they don't even like you, sir. They don't like you. Like, seriously, we got this black man over here pushing white power in a protest. Guys, it's absolutely absurd. Absurd. Did you hear, and I'll play it again because I don't know if you really heard Jeff, but Jeff was on the phone call. That was his voice on the call. He was basically saying, you're a part of the problem. You're pushing this hatred and racial divide. Get my son's picture off of your freaking website. You know, we're not a part of this. And this sick man who is trying to push racism because he doesn't care anything about Austin. All he cares about is his own racist hatred. And he's trying to capitalize off the death of this boy. Like, look at what Jeff is going through. Now he's getting threats by white people and he's white himself. Like, seriously. It's disgusting telling Jeff that he has white guilt and that because he's not going to stand with them in this racial hatred campaign, that he's basically creating more Austin McCall tragedies. So he's going to blame a mourning father who freaking lost his son. Can you believe this sick stuff? This is what I was trying to tell you guys yesterday, that Jeff is not having it. He's not trying to push this racial divide. He's not a racist. This whole thing has nothing to do with race. And these sick racist people are out here trying to push their sick agenda and then turn around and blame a mourning father who lost his child. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I got to play it again because I don't know if everybody heard it, but I'm going to play it one more time. Okay. And please listen closely because the sound is kind of low.
In this country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
I'm not trying to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race. You are part.
Okay, so you see how Jeff waited first? Because you know what? They cut off most of the video. So there was a lot more that was said, and then they only played a clip of what happened. So I believe Jeff was enraged before this because he doesn't like how they're trying to capitalize off the death of his son and use it for their racial agenda. And so when this little sick man, oh my God, this man is so freaking sick, that's on the screen, literally mocking a man who just lost his kid. And criticizing him and saying he has white guilt, or whatever that is, some sick rhetoric that they use. I like how Jeff was like, are you done? Now it's my turn to talk. I like how Jeff was like that. You got to listen, but Jeff was like, are you done? Now it's my turn to talk. He went in on him. So let's keep going.
I'm not going to speak.
Sir.
I'm not going to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff. That's the problem. You've been submitted. Hold on, hey, Jeff. You've been submitted.
That was disgusting. And we got black dudes who are this is some straight to stupidity. You got black men up here talk about you're part of the problem, promoting this Protect White campaign. It's like, don't they realize that they're black, or did they not look in the mirror? That they're, and did you hear what the white man say talking about what does he say? He said something about condemn the people who did it in their culture. Like, are you kidding me? That is just disgusting and racist. It is the racist MAGA and whatever white power people they are that are taking this tragedy and turning it into a racial divide situation. It's disgusting and it's sick. And then they're going to turn around and then criticize and demean and tear down and then further call Jeff some type of like blame Jeff for saying, oh, well, you're the cause of there's going to be future deaths. Here's the problem. A lot of these racist white folks, all they live and eat and breathe is their hatred. They suffer from a mental health issue. These people over here claim they're conservative, but they be the same ones out here spewing hatred against God's own creation. Don't they realize that black and brown people are God's creation, first of all? Second of all, they're over here talking about, oh, protect white lives when everybody is endangering everybody in this country. It don't matter if you're white, black, Hispanic. There's a lot of shootings. We've seen shootings going on at the schools last week. We got different ethnicities killing other ethnicities. It's not about protect white lives because one tragedy happened with 2 kids. I mean, we just had a stabbing happen in 2022 when it was a white kid that stabbed a Hispanic kid. It's not about I feel like this man on the screen here has mental health issues and he's spewing his white supremacist rhetoric onto this grieving father who is just trying to heal. And the father is like, this has nothing to do with race. You're trying to turn it into a racial war and you're a part of the issue. I really like Jeff's response. Jeff was like, went off on him. This is so sad to realize that Jeff is just merely trying to grieve the loss of his son. And he keeps getting harassed by these racist individuals who are trying to turn his tragedy into a racial divide and a racial campaign. Talking about protect white people. There was only one tragedy that happened in the situation. We don't have a situation where we got a bunch of minorities going after the white community. That is not the situation. It was one tragedy between 2 kids, regardless of their color, that just happened to happen. They just happened to be black and white. So it's like, this is disgusting, you guys. Disgusting. I'm going to play it one more time because it was just so appalling. And then we're going to get into the comments because I am absolutely livid.
From here. You've been submitted, sir. You're not in
This country is wrong. Why can't you stand that and say with that? Maybe you can. Would you be willing to stand by me in a press conference or in an individual interview and talk about this issue that is larger than Austin at this point? God rest the beautiful young man's soul that would have been one of our strongest voices if he was still alive today. Yes, I am, sir.
I'm not going to speak. You are part of the fucking problem, my friend. You're trying to create more race divide than bridging the gap. I do not condone anything you do. You do not have any fucking...
That's called white guilt.
No, let it talk.
My son, let me finish. I give you your time. You take my son's face off your website. I am not associated with you.
You're creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness, sir. You are creating more Austin Metcalfs with your weakness.
You are being weak. I gotta be honest with you about that, sir.
You're being weak. Condemn your son's killer and the culture that caused it.
Hey, Jeff.
That's the problem.
You've been submitted. Hold on, hey, Jeff.
You've been
I'll
submitted.
I'll handle it from here.
You've been submitted, sir. You're not going to make
If we
Guys, I'm sorry for how I came out earlier, but this is absolutely sick. And then you got the guy in the back talking about, I have to admit, you're being weak. This man, like, it seems like individuals in this country lack empathy nowadays. They don't look at people in a sense of humanity, empath, empathetic about tragedies. All they look at it is an opportunity to push their agenda. On the Carmelo side, we saw the Reverend who was trying to push his agenda, his organization, and promote himself. Now in the white community, you got sick people like this guy. Oh, he's disgusting, trying to spew fake empathy to try to utilize this tragedy to expand on his racist agenda. Like, it's disgusting, guys. So I don't know. Let's see what you guys have to say about this. This just made me so enraged when I saw it. I was supposed to do a whole different story today, but when I saw that, I was just absolutely floored at how sick some people are. So that's what's happening right now. We got a whole, this is really scary because it feels like it's going to turn into some type of race war or something, because we got people like that trying to turn it into that. It's disgusting. And the sad part is it had nothing to do with race or ethnicity when this happened. It just was two kids fighting. And now we got these racist people trying to latch on to a tragedy to spew their nasty underlying racist, sick mental health issues onto the whole world. Okay. Hi, Laura Thomas. How are you? We're going to get into the comments. Hi, love. Yay. Ellen got the notification. I'm so happy. Tampa says she stands with Mello. Okay, girl. Yes, girl. Ellen, this was a hot mess. Hi, Yesam. Hi to see you. Hi, Reginald. Did you see this? This is just terrible. I know you're in Texas, Reginald. What did you think? Have you seen the protests going on? I'm not sure if you're in, well, you're not in Texas, Frisco. You're in Dallas, right? You're probably not there, but this is what's going on in your state, Reginald. It's a hot mess over there. Yes, Ellen, girl, it was a mess. Can you believe this? Oh, my God. And right, Tamara said, wow, didn't the dad say to not make this about race? Exactly, Tamara. They don't care. They don't care about the dad. They don't even care about Austin being unalived. They only want to use this as an opportunity to basically spew their racist hate rhetoric. And it's just like, dang, this dad can't even mourn in peace because he's got sick people like that harassing him. Ellen's like, it's like, wow, the community in Texas is tripping all their in all their own BS when they should be supporting the youth and being better role models. Right. It's just they wanted to use this as an opportunity. Just like he was trying to say, it's white guilt. What is white guilt? What are they trying to say? White guilt? Because just because this man is not a racist, just because Jeff is not a racist, that he is actually a man who is aware that this is not about race. It has to do with two kids. Man, I feel so sad for Jeff and all the harassment he's going through. Yes, Ellen, it was disgusting. Laura said, that's exactly what it is. It's a reason to create more racism. Exactly. It's like, this is disgusting. And I didn't think they were going to even have this protest because of the rain that was going on. But apparently it did. And it's just disgusting. I'm absolutely appalled. But this just goes to show you that Jeff and the family, well, at least Jeff is not trying to push this and turn it into a race thing. Oh, you're in Houston. Okay. Reginald said he's in Houston. How far is that from Frisco, Reginald? Not sure if he is mentally ill, or excuse me for saying just a total idiot. You're right. He may not even be mentally ill. You're right. He might just be a total idiot. I was trying to just use mental illness as an excuse, but maybe you're right. Maybe he's just a complete idiot, you know? Right. No, right. Tampa, what the heck is white guilt? That's the first time I ever heard that term. Does anybody know what white guilt is all about? Is that something that they talk about in that community? I don't know. Oh, Alicia said, I never saw the footage of the funeral. Were there any outbursts? Oh, Alicia, I don't know if they ever had the funeral, because I would think they would have announced it, but they haven't announced it. So I think they haven't had it just yet. But once they have it, we'll probably cover that too. But I don't think they had it yet. But yeah, guys. Oh, Ellen says white guilt sounds like some BS to me. Right, because I've never heard that term before. Okay, Yesem says, yes, white folks know that God made all races of people. Exactly. However, I think that racist white folks think that Cain in the Bible, who unalived his brother Abel, was made black as the punishment for it. Oh my God. Are you serious, Yesem? That is sick. It's sick that, oh my gosh, guys, the hatred over. And don't you think of how like stupid this whole hatred thing is? So you mean to tell me one ethnic group hates another just because of the color of their skin? That don't make any sense to me, guys. Like, seriously? If stupidity was a person, it would be that man on the camera. Okay. Oh, you're 26 minutes away. So, Reginald, did you hear anything about this protest? Were you able to see it? Like, anything going on? Maybe you can share some information with us, because you have more access to the actual information. Is there anything on the news about it? How bad did that protest get? Yes, said, yes, I read that when I was reading about Mormons. Oh my God. And these people are the most conservative individuals too. Yet they're the same ones out here spewing racism and hatred and divide. And just, this story is getting more and more sick. And honestly, I am really scared about what might end up happening. If we got protests like this happening, it may not turn out to be, I'm really worried and concerned. I'm just saying, because they're over here trying to do this protect white campaign and protesting. It may not turn out so well. So Ellen said white guilt sounds like some weird MAGA thing. Exactly. I feel like the MAGA people they're on one. I'm telling you. All right, guys. Well, that's really all I wanted to share about that. I probably will come on again after this because I want to talk about a different story. But I love y'all. Take care. I might come back on here. I wanted to talk about another story. Oh, wait. Reginald said, remember, Queen, I stated a while back about defending ourselves. We must. I don't listen to anything against the Anthony family. Oh, yeah. Reginald, you did say that, Reginald, but I'm kind of, if we do that, Reginald, it's going to get worse. And then they're going to arrest us and put, like I was telling you in the last video, and have us in some type of concentration camp or put us in, send us to El Salvador. It's just not the right time, though. That's what I'm saying. As much as I do agree with you, I don't think the climate right now is safe for us to do that. And you already can see what's going on, Reginald. Oh, happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter, everybody. I hear you, Reginald, but I don't know. I don't think that's the right thing right now. You already see what Trump's trying to do. He's trying to send homegrown, if you watch that video, to El Salvador. Then we got this protect white campaign going on in Texas right now. Imagine if we see more of these deaths when you say black people standing up for themselves, right? It's going to cause a race war. We don't want that. I know, Reginald, you are right, but I'm telling you, we can't do it right now, Reginald. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. There's other ways to do it. Do it political, like talk to your congressman, senator, stuff like that. But I don't think the violent route is the right thing to do. It's going to make things worse. Especially, I don't want to see my black brothers and sisters end up deported into some El Salvador death camp somewhere, because that's Trump's next thing. I'm telling you. All right, guys, I love y'all. It's just this country, everything that's happening right now, guys, it's just really scary. It really is. I just hope you guys can just pray for our country, because it's not in a good state right now. All right, love you guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Take care.